Hi everyone, so this video is a tag video. It's the My Perfect Imperfections tag. So you basically list 3 things about yourself that you like and 3 things about yourself that you don't particularly like. For this video I have stripped back to bare, so there's nothing at all on my face, no mascara, no nothing. So what you see is what you get. I thought that would be rather appropriate for the video. There are a couple of things that I might change up or switch up a little bit in the video because there were a few things that were borderline that had a little bit more of a description as to why, and there are things that I could change about myself. So you'll see what I mean when I get into it. Just so we can end on a good note, I'll start with the bad stuff, the things that I don't particularly like. The first one is one that, as I'm getting older, it's bugging me a little bit more, and that's my eyelids. I know it sounds like a really strange thing, but I'm really into makeup and I really love eyeshadow, and as I'm getting older my eyelids are losing elasticity and also kind of becoming more droopy. And I'll show you what I mean. For those of you, you can kind of tell with my eye shape, but basically with the eyelids there's a lot of extra skin on my eyelids, so it makes it hard for eyeshadow to show up. So like when I've got my eyes open you can't see much of the lid, and eyeshadows tend to crease really badly, particularly in this section here, because there's just a lot of skin there. That, if it gets to a stage where it's impairing my vision, then I'd think about doing something surgically. But if it doesn't get that bad, then it's something that I can live with. It's just something that I'll have to work around, basically. The second thing is probably my fingers, or my hands in general. I have really stumpy hands, like they're very square, and I don't have long fingers. I've always wanted long fingers. It was difficult because I wanted to play guitar and my fingers were too short to actually do the chords properly. But basically that's my hands. Now my thumb, I don't mind my thumb. I have an abnormally long thumb for my hand, but my fingers themselves are quite stumpy. And that's just one thing that I'd like to have longer, more feminine looking hands. But they're kind of like little man hands. And I guess the third thing, this was the thing that I was tossing up with, because one of the things I could possibly change, another thing, actually both of them I could kind of change, and one thing I definitely couldn't. So I'll walk you through. There's 3 borderline basically. The thing that I picked out of the 3 though was my tummy. The thing about that though is that it's more the shape of it. The reason why I've picked that is I have a lot of intolerances and they can cause me to bloat anywhere up to about 5 inches. So in the beginning of the day I could have a flattish stomach, and by the end of the day it could look like I'm, 5 or 6 months pregnant. And it is a little embarrassing. It's manageable, but it's difficult. And at least now I know what causes it and what triggers it, so I can try to avoid it, but it's hard. That's one thing that gets to me. So it's not so much my stomach itself, it's what causes it to bloat and give it the shape that it has. So we'll see how that goes. I've only recently found out why that was happening, so I can, fingers crossed, get over that and get around that in the near future and make it a bit better. The second thing that I was tossing up on was my arms. Not so much the bottom part of my arm, but this top half here. I think it's a family thing because a lot of people in my family have it. It's just very disproportionate to the rest of my body. It's quite large. So that's, just this part here. And that is the reason why I didn't pick that as my third thing, was that something I can actually really work on by just lifting weights and toning up. They're not going to ever be small and skinny little tiny arms, but they could be at least toned, and at the moment they are definitely not that. But that's my own fault, so that's why it didn't make the top 3. The last one as well, which is pointless to list because it's got its good points and it's got its bad points, is my height. I'm 5'4", so it's 163 centimetres tall. And the reason why I don't like being that short is that I have trouble finding clothes that fit basically with my proportions. It's very difficult, but more so I have to take every pair of pants up at least 8 centimeters for them to fit. So it's expensive being short. But I guess on the other side, if I was really, really tall, it's even more expensive to hem them down, like to take them down. Anyway, moving on to the positive things. The first thing that I do like about myself is my eyes. So not so much the shape, but definitely the colour. They're very interesting, and I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but let's see. I'll see how it goes. That's not picking it up that well. And again, they're a little bit bloodshot, so sorry, but we've had the air conditioner on all day. Now my eyes are like a bluey green. I'd say more green at the moment, but they've got like yellow on the inside, and on this eye I've got a freckle. I think it's that eye. Well, one of them I've got a freckle, and I thought that was kind of cool. So I do like my eye colour. And if it's cloudy or rainy, they tend to look a lot more green. So I don't know if any of you guys have like eyes that change colour. Let me know. I think it's a little bit odd. The second thing that I like is my lips. I like the size, the shape and the colour, and yeah, I think they're nice. They're like full and defined and dark and deep red and soft, so I really do like my lips. And third one is probably my skin, which is really strange because if you had have asked me about 5 or 6 years ago, I would never have thought that I would be picking my skin. Not so much the skin on my face, because that is still a bit sensitive. So I do have freckles. I do have pimples. So I've got a couple of pimples there and some on my chin. I do have discoloration, like that, as you can see just there, just a little patch, and wrinkles and things like that. But I don't have a lot of wrinkles, and I don't have that bad skin. I don't get really dry flaky patches or anything like that. My skin's quite soft as well, so I do like it. I like the colour of my skin. It's pale, it's nice, so that's one thing that I did pick. So apart from that, there were a couple of other things that I was tossing up between. Like my hair. I don't mind my hair, it's a bit dry sometimes, but that's normally my fault. But I do like my hair. It's a bit flat, but that's manageable. You can work with that. But that's basically it. So that's my top 3 and bottom 3 imperfections and perfections, I guess. So I tag everybody that watches this video. Whether or not you're subscribed to my channel, it doesn't matter. If you want to post as a video response, please feel free to do so below as well. And I'd love to see what you guys think. And it's not, this tag, I don't personally think it's designed to be a downer. I think it's a good way to let people know you're normal, that there's things about you you don't necessarily love, and there's things about you that you do, because you'll probably find that the things you don't like about yourself, somebody else thinks that is your good points, that is what they like about you. So I think it's a good way to share that with other people as well. But yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you again really, really soon. Bye.